So about a year ago, I made a video about switching to an all black wardrobe from like a hypercolor, chaotic type of situation in my closet. And over a year later, I'm still wearing all black and I'm loving it. So the way I have been organizing things so far has been like jackets and outerwear over here. I live in Texas, so I don't have a lot of like heavy jackets and stuff, the heaviest being this wool coat and this Rick Owens leather jacket. But the rest of my jackets are honestly pretty lightweight, and that kind of bleeds into my small hoodie selection here. A lightweight one from Rick Owens, a couple ones from Y3, and this recent one from Entire Studios that's pretty interesting, super weird. And then we have my small sweater collection, which is like a cardigan from Y3 here, yohji yamamoto silk, oof, so nice. And then we go into the pants selection. So we have like Y3, yohji yamamoto, Rick Owens. This has been one of my favorite things to explore in the last few months, like getting stuff like this Issey Miyake Pleats Please from the 90s secondhand. It's just like a beautiful pair of pants with like this crazy silhouette. It's so dark, it's so hard to see. I tend to like more minimalistic and avant-garde type of garments with not a lot of logos, actually no logos if I can avoid them. So above all of my pants and outerwear and stuff are my shoe collection. Nike, Rick Owens, Converse, Camper Lab. Then we have a Y3 pair over there. And then a few other like oddball pairs that I will wear here and there. Camper, Adidas, Balenciaga. And then going over here, we have a few accessories, a pair of leather gloves from Coach that I love, a couple of hats from actually my brand, Ben Aqua. Am I a brand? I don't know, but I do make and design stuff here and there. Then I have a couple belts, yohji yamamoto Y3. And I pretty much in the winter live in this beanie right here from Rick Owens. It's 100% wool and it's like the softest thing I have ever felt. All right, and up here we have like long sleeve t-shirts here and a couple like really oversized t-shirts. This one from Julius. We also have Alix right here. Really cool like distressed texture. Then we have a few like metal long sleeve. This really fun one from V-Files. And there's a few other long sleeve tees from Y3 mostly. This one's a nice like mock neck kind of situation. And then one turtleneck. And then after that, I have a couple of pullovers from like yohji yamamoto. And this one is from Issey Miyake, as well as a really nice like silk pullover from Saint Laurent. And then I have probably what I wear the most out of all of this stuff, which are all of these button-up shirts. So pretty simple, again, nothing too crazy with the design, like no logos pretty much, except for this one kind of wacky denim button-up shirt from Pleasures that I really, really like. Got that at Wasteland in LA, secondhand. A really beautiful yohji yamamoto silk shirt, a thrifted shirt right here. This one's from Uniqlo. So yeah, it's not all designer stuff. It's actually a mix of like thrifted, some secondhand designer stuff, some new designer stuff that I just couldn't resist or I got on like mega sale. And underneath all of the button-up shirts are a bunch of t-shirts that may be a little hard to see. Some of these are even like workout shirts. But again, there's like no logos pretty much anywhere. God, it's so dark here. And these are kind of organized from like shorter sleeve to longer sleeve, like oversized kind of look, which I really, really like. And then down here are my shorts. Bring out a pair of my favorite ones that I've talked about before from Y3. And because Texas is so hot in the summer, I'm basically living in this for about 6 months out of the year. Then I have some like workout stuff down there. And then above that, we have the only pieces that I still have in my closet that are not all black. So this area I'm gonna call my wild card area, including this like really bright orange hat that I used to wear all the time. Like if you see my old videos, I'm always wearing this. A couple of color belts. You know, when I'm feeling a little daring, when I wanna step a little bit out of the box of wearing all black, I might wear something like this gorgeous shirt from Comme des Garçons, which has these spiky hems that I'm so obsessed with. And yeah, I feel like black and white stripes is a really good way to integrate something that's not all black into the mix, you know, when you don't want to wear just all black. But I do want to wear all black most of the time. Another Comme des Garçons shirt here. A few white things, including this really kind of hilarious Walter Van Beirendonck hoodie right here, as well as like a pair of striped trousers from Brain Dead and Dickies. And then there's something even crazier, like this sweater from Henrik Vibskov. But typically, I'm not wearing most of that stuff like any of the time. I am wearing this sea of darkness and I love it. So I ended up selling most of my color pieces on like Grailed and Depop. I've also taken a few pieces that weren't black and I dyed them black and then added like some embellishments such as these like little stitches and stuff. These are a pair of thrifted Levi's jeans that I kind of cut up and Frankenstein together. So yeah, if there's something in your wardrobe that you really like the shape of, but maybe it's not the right color for you, consider dyeing the piece. It's a little bit of work, but I think it's worth it in the end. So switching to an all black wardrobe has weirdly helped me focus like what types of pieces I'm drawn to, what's like the general vibe of my aesthetic. And once I started buying more pieces, I started to naturally feel like, okay, I'm drawn to definitely oversized things. I like a wide leg on my pants. I also like interesting textures and I like mostly natural fabrics. I've always loved long, drapey, oversized pieces, so I typically tend to find mostly Japanese designers and a bit of Rick Owens. They tend to make very forgiving sizing for people who have a little bit of a thicker body, such as me. I also love a good texture, so there's certain pieces like this Issei Miyake cardigan. It has this beautiful texture on it, and it's cool to mix and match textures, so when you're wearing black, it's not just like this sea of black and everything looks kind of the same. So wearing a piece like this that has a little bit of texture with these grooves and stuff will add some dimension to the outfit. It'll keep it interesting. I have definitely moved away from the craziness of wanting to be like more flashy and stuff, and I'm definitely more feeling like the subdued kind of vibe. And the minimalism thing for me, obviously I'm not living on one jacket, one t-shirt, and one pair of pants or something. The way I'm defining minimalism is only the essentials for what I want, or kind of what my vision is for my wardrobe, what I feel comfortable in, and what I'm drawn to aesthetically. So I do have a small collection of kind of each category, but there are certain pieces like this yohji yamamoto sweater where I'm like, this covers the bases for me. I don't really need 20 black sweaters when I have one beautiful, high quality vintage sweater that fits me really well. It's super warm. Like once I find the shirt that fits me really well, or the jacket that fits me really well, or speaks to me in some way, I don't feel like I need that jacket in 14 different colors. I just need it in black, and I just need one of them. And I've been thinking a lot about style words, so I think for me, my 3 style words, if I had to choose, amorphous, mysterious, and poetic. The amorphous part for me is definitely speaking to like more oversized pieces, or just pieces that create an interesting silhouette that doesn't really look like my body. Maybe it accentuates the upper part of my body, or wide leg pants accentuating my legs and making these kind of interesting, weird, inhuman shapes. Like that's really exciting to me. Mysterious, I think, is pretty self-explanatory with an all black wardrobe. Like black for me kind of symbolizes, you know, darkness and beauty. For me, it's kind of like a blank slate. Like when I see someone wearing all black, to me, they look more like they don't want a ton of attention, but it looks elegant and chic, very effortlessly for me. And of course, you know, everything matches for the most part. So that makes getting dressed like super easy. And then the style word poetic for me, it's more an emotional feeling. Like when I put on clothes, I want to feel confident and gorgeous if I can, kind of sexy if I can find that. But yeah, there's certain pieces that, you know, when you put them on, you start to form this like emotional connection, or maybe it kind of brings out an emotion and it turns into this like poetic experience with fashion and design, where it's not just clothes that cover your body and there's a function to them, but there also is a form to them. There's a feeling. Or maybe you put on a garment and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that I was feeling really freaking good today, and this piece is really kind of giving me that extra burst of energy. Burst of energy. I think having the constraint of only wearing one color for the most part also has helped me practice conscious consumerism. Yes, I have gotten a bunch of pieces, but I've been extremely selective about what goes into my closet and then what goes out of my closet. The fashion industry has a tremendous impact on the environment, and sustainability for me is super important. That's why I buy mostly natural fabrics, and I didn't want to get just like cheap stuff that I knew would degrade quickly. And something that I've kept in mind is I didn't want just another like hyper cluttered, completely unrealistic closet situation where I was just buying random stuff that I thought looked cool. I think having more constraints sometimes can help us kind of hone in on what's actually important to us. Not just with fashion, but also how we feel, you know, our mental health and stuff. But I also want my clothes to be kind of interesting. I want there kind of to be a twist. And I've been calling this mentality all black with a twist. Even in what I'm wearing right now, there's not a whole lot of, you know, twists going going on visually, but this hat has, you know, some white stitching there to kind of break apart the monotony. I'm also wearing a couple of accessories on my hands to give a little more dimension. I also got my ears pierced, so I'm wearing like a Rick Owens one here and yohji over here. So I feel like adding accessories can take your all black fit into a new dimension, or just add something interesting, a little bit of a twist to it. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, wearing all black helps me feel like me. It's beautiful, it's chic, it's mysterious, and it's kind of spooky, like me. I am a little bit goth, I realized, and I think I've been hiding that for a very long time internally. I do think it works for my skin tone and it looks good on me, like I feel confident when I wear it. So will I ever go back to wearing color? At this point, I'm not really sure. I do follow a lot of brands and fashion runways, and I look at Pinterest a lot, and I get a lot of inspiration from not just black things, but like hypercolor this or pattern that. I see pieces all the time where I'm like, oh, that is so cool, or that's a really unique twist on an idea. I can admire those pieces without feeling like I have to have it, I have to own it. And honestly, I don't see myself wearing color, except for maybe accessories or something, almost at all anytime soon. But I also feel like it's good to break our own rules. So I'm never gonna say like, this is forever, this is my final boss level, but I'm loving it so much so far. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you also wear an all black wardrobe, or are you thinking about converting your wardrobe to all black? And if there are any questions that you have for me, I would love to hear from y'all in the comments. Like, let's keep this conversation going. And if you watched all the way to the end of this video, leave a bat emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. So behold my all black wardrobe.